So of course at the beginning I'm not gonna like commentate over every single thing that I'm doing because it's obvious. Just I'll give some tips and talk about items and stuff I pick up along the way. And I'm not gonna go too in depth into boss strats except for like I'll do definitely go into detail into like the strats for mini bosses because that's a lot more in depth. Um, you want pizza? Double seki? Yeah, it's double seki. Look, there's me right there. Look at this handsome man. Alrighty. Yeah, I kind of failed the jump here at the beginning because I was like, I don't know. I think I missed the button. I was eating pizza, okay? I was distracted. So yeah, the beginning of this is pretty straightforward. Routing advice. Oh yeah, I'll definitely give routing advice. Basically, you just want to be doing the exact same thing I'm doing. This is like my optimized route, like for all beads anyway. Like I made like the route that I take, I find is the safest, most consistent route. Um, and the order that I do the bosses in, like I basically go and do all the memories first, so I have as much attack power as possible to face the mini bosses at the end. So you'll see me, I'll go and do like I do Immortal Severance first, so I do from the beginning of the game to Ishin. After that, I then go on and do Double Apes, and then I go on to do, Butterfly, Father Owl, Demon of Hatred. Then after that, I go back and do the rest of the mini bosses. So like the ones around Ashina Castle after you beat Divine Dragon. Then basically you can buy the rest of the prayer beads with gold. So you need to do a bit of gold farming, possibly some Garchin farming as well, and Arco if you need it. So yeah, basically for this fight, it's pretty straightforward. You should know how to fight Genichiro by now. The only tip I would give is to deflect the thrust attack. So I'm not sure if he does it. Here we go. See that? You want to learn to deflect that. A lot of people will try to dodge it. You should really get into the habit of learning to deflect that. It'll save so many runs. Because I remember like when I was first doing these runs, I would like lose so many runs trying to dodge it. But not only for this fight, but for later on when you fight Genichiro for real in Ashina Castle, you'll get into situations where he'll be in the corner and he'll try to thrust you, and you'll find that your Makiri counter won't connect properly sometimes because you're both in the corner. That's a situation where you want to, you know, be in the habit of deflecting the thrust. Because if you get into a situation like that, you can easily just deflect it. Deflecting is the most consistent, safe thing to do in this game. It's always better than dodging. You're in a situation, like a split second situation, where you got to decide whether or not to deflect or to dodge. You should deflect. It's always going to be more consistent than dodging. Especially like if you're cornered or something, or there's like an object in the way you can't dodge. You need to be ready to deflect. So yeah, pick up that coin purse that I just picked up. You're gonna need that. Buy firecrackers. I buy early firecrackers. Some people don't. So if you want early firecrackers, pick up these coin purses in the outskirts. Grab this Arco sugar. You definitely want to grab this. You want to get as much Arco and Garchin sugar as you can get early game. Since we're doing an all beads and memories run, you're gonna need it. Trust me, because you're gonna run out of sugar and you're gonna need to farm for more. I try to save like all my Arco until the end of the game to use them on the mini bosses because I'm a bit more inconsistent with the mini bosses just because they can meme you. You want to kill them as fast as possible. So there's 3 coin purses down here. There's another one up on that I just grabbed. It was on top of the roof. Make sure you grab the bell from this NPC. It's very important. If you miss this, you'll lose your whole run if you forget to grab it, because you need that to go to Harada Estate later to get all the memories and beads. So this is where I buy the firecrackers. I sell all the coin purses, buy the firecrackers from that merchant. Grab this Garchine. Now from here I just warp back to the dilapidated temple. Also, while I'm doing this, I gotta change my stream title. Yeah, just basically grab the shurikens and the firecrackers here. Alright, I've updated my title. So for anyone that's new here, I'm doing a commentary slash tutorial for my All Beads and Memories run that I got the other day. It's going on YouTube, so no game BGM. What do you mean? Okay, use a Garching here. You want to use a Garching here so you can sneak past the ogre without him aggroing you immediately. I always go up here and kill this guy with a spear, because sometimes he can aggro and you'll pull him while you're trying to fight the ogre. Pick up this balloon of wealth on the ground. You'll want that later for gold farming. And now you want to sneak back up and get a free death blow on the ogre by doing, basically turn your camera upwards while you're standing behind him. Gotta be quick though, if you're not quick he'll aggro. So here I got a very specific strat that I do for ogre. You don't have to follow it, but it just makes the fight go a bit quicker. Let me just highlight this. Basically, after I get the death blow, I do 2 hits, 1, 2, firecracker, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I dodge, and then I get 3 more hits. This will stagger him every time. Then you can get like upwards of 7 hits. But basically, the general rule for ogre is to only go for 3 hits per dodge. Do any more than 3 and you put yourself in danger. It is possible to get more, just don't be greedy because he will grab you or slam you. He's really quick. He's got an insane hitbox and insane tracking, as I'm sure you all know. Just be careful. So here I jump down and I grab Divine Confetti to use for later. If you continue down here, there's more Garching. I would definitely recommend grabbing this Garching. Saves you from having to farm more later on. And then just bone out or warp out. Yeah. Yeah, you can see the other me behind me. Look at that handsome. Alright. Pretty straightforward. We're just now going to head to Gyobu. You'll see me pick up Ash along this route as well. Make sure you pick the Ash up. It means you won't have to go and buy it from a merchant later. I use Ash on True Monk later on. If you forget the Ash, you can just buy it from the merchants later on. Like the merchant at the Gyobu Arena, for example, sells it. Also, the merchant at the Ashina Outskirts Stairway sells them. But it's not that important for now. You only need 7 ash to do the true monk strat, so you should have enough anyway if you miss some. So I do like a strat here to quickly get past the snake. You don't have to do this. If you want to just hide in the little hut thing, you can. This is just a speedrun strat. But just follow exactly what I did if you want to sneak, if you want to get past them faster. Yeah, this chat is from the other day. The chat you're seeing on screen is old chat. So pick up this Garchin, rest at this idol. Make sure you rest to reset the paths of the mobs. Hey, thanks for the congrats, Fairhurst. I appreciate it. When do you know to run? What do you mean? Grab this Arco Sugar. Jump up, backstab this guy. Go down, grab this coin purse. And now we're going to fight Gyobu. No, this isn't slightly sped up. This is normal speed. So there's an Ash on the ground here at the beginning of the arena. Pick that up. I try to go for 7 hits here, unlocked, before he rides away. If I can get 7 off, I deflect this. It stops him from moving. Hit him again. Firecracker. Hit him another like 7 times or so. You may get the stagger off if you position yourself correctly at the front of the horse. You get major punish. And then basically the rest of the fire you just want to be deflecting, obviously. I wouldn't use firecrackers in phase 2. It's too dangerous. You can get away with firecracker in phase 1 because you get major punish, but if you firecracker in phase 2, he can actually escape the stun and hit you and punish you. So I would not recommend firecracking at all in phase 2. Not really worth it. You only get like 2 hits punish before he breaks out of it. Just be really careful with Gyobu. You don't want to be standing too close to him. He's got a really weird hitbox, like because he's got like higher elevation than you. He can actually bop you on the head over your guard if you're too close to him, even if you're, holding block. So I try and like see, you'll see how I step back after every deflect. I'm trying to distance myself a bit, but not too much, just so I don't get bopped on the head. We've lost so many runs to this boss just because of standing too close. When do you know to run? You just run straight away. It doesn't. Yeah, obviously rest. Make sure you use your memory. It'll help with the bull a lot because the bull is a run killer. So I head straight to bull from here. Some people go back and talk to Ishin first, but honestly, like you're probably gonna have a lot of resets to bull. Make sure I just thrust this guy, he dies immediately. Backstab this rat. You need to kill the rat to progress through the story. He might drop Garchin, which is really good. He can drop 2 Garchin. Yeah, I go straight to the bull because you might have a lot of resets when you're first learning this. It's a waste of time if you go and talk to Ishin just to have to reset anyway on bull. It's just faster this way. It's more efficient. I grab that light coin purse. I'm trying to grab as many coin purses as I can along the way. You need a lot of gold in this run. You have to buy a lot of prayer beads at the end of the run. So try and get as many gold coin purses as you can. If this happens on the bull, sometimes one of the mods will survive. What I started doing is just firecrackering the mob as he runs toward me. Then I'll try and kill him. I miss the thrust here, but usually a single thrust and another R1 will finish the job. But I just let the bull finish him off there. You can just try and like run away and get the bull to run them over, but it's very risky. There's a chance the bull will hit you, get bad RNG. Just try and stay behind the bull at all times. I fight the bull unlocked. I find it a lot easier. Probably don't do the strat that I'm doing, it's very risky. I just strafe the bull. I find a sweet spot on its hip and I just strafe around it. I don't even dodge. This is the fastest way to kill the bull. It's I probably wouldn't recommend doing this your first time learning no damage. More of a it's more of a speedrun strat or more of a stylish thing that I like doing. But you can kill the boss very quickly if you just straight like you can find the sweet spot on its hip and just keep like strafing around it and baiting that same attack. It's very specific, like very precise. If you're too far on its back, if you're on its ass, then it won't do the attack that you're looking for. You kind of got to stay on its hip. Can't be too far to its back, otherwise it'll do a different attack. But yeah, I just idle out after killing the bull. For some reason, it's programmed to light the next idol automatically. It'll take you to the Ashina Castle idol. From here, I just idle back to the Ashina Castle gate. Now this is when you want to go and talk to the Ishin, or Tengu. It was actually Ishin, surprise. Seki peeking around Seki. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Just talk to him. After you talk to Ishin, you want to go up stairs and grab the prayer bead. Spoilers. If you didn't know that was Ishin, then I'm surprised. I grabbed that Litecoin purse just to, it's more gold. Grab this prayer bead and then just idle out again. So from here, there's another Arco sugar you can get. Kill this guy again the same way you did earlier. Definitely want to get as many Arcos as you can. This one's pretty free. Grapple up here. Jump off the side here and there's a cliff. A little hidden cliff. An Arco. I think you get 2 Arcos there actually. They're definitely worth doing. Just idle out again from here. It's the safest way to do it. And then warp back to Ashina Castle. Now we're going to continue on to Genichiro. So for this part, you want to be like really careful of these nightjars. If you like take one wrong step and they aggro you, good chance it'll end your run. These nightjars aggro you, they will throw shurikens at you that like just track you like no tomorrow. It's very hard to dodge them. So basically, you just want to stand there for a second like I did. I'll just highlight that. Stand there for like a second and get his attention. He'll kind of sense you, but he won't like aggro. You'll get the yellow triangle. Then you want to hide behind this roof. He'll start wandering over to look for you. Once he gets to the edge, I pop Darchin Sugar so I can sneak through Ashina Castle. Wait for him to lose aggro. He'll turn around and start walking off. That's when you want to grapple up and run past them. Some people backstab him. You don't have to backstab him. You just have to run past him. If you backstab him, you actually will get aggroed by the nightjar beside him, so it's not really worth doing. Hey, Chrissy, how you doing? Grab this ash. Rest at the idol. Backstab this Ashinago. There's a chance he'll drop Divine Confetti, which is pretty helpful if you're low on confetti. Pretty rare though. Jump through this door, grapple up into the ceiling, grab this Garchin, grab this Arco, and then go through the false door quickly. If I discovered today that if you're not quick, these mobs can actually follow you into this secret room. Grab this prayer bead. There's a couple of coin purses here. Then you just want to idle back to the temple so that we can now go and get the texts, the shinobi texts, which allow us to get um what's it called? Mikiri counter, which you definitely want to have for Genichiro. Make sure you get Mikiri counter. A lot of people will forget to do this when they're first learning. It will end your run every time. When I first learned this, I forgot it so many times. Yeah, learn Mikiri counter. Get your prayer necklace. That'll help a lot in Genichiro. Now travel back to the antechamber, which is the item we just grabbed. So there's a little skip I do here on the windowsill. You don't have to do this. You can go around the long way. Just a little speed run strat. You just like sort of sprint into the windowsill and build up momentum and jump, obviously. I used to use an Arco Sugar for this fight, but I started saving it for later on. Yeah, I've gotten this run. I'm doing a tutorial commentary over the run I got a couple days ago. So right there you see that I deflected the thrust. You don't have to do that in that situation. I would have just Mikiri counted it. It's just a habit because I'm comfortable with it. So I'd Mikiri counted that time. But yeah, like I said, if you get into a situation like this, when he's like up against the door or in a corner or something, and he goes for a thrust, that's when you want to deflect. Because there's a chance your Mikiri counter won't work, it'll just be broken. Be careful of his arrow attack, his bow attack. It's one of his most dangerous attacks. You gotta be like ready for it. Oh, here, I'm gonna explain something else. But yeah, with his bow attack, you can tell he's gonna do a bow attack because he'll backstep every time before he does it, and then he'll jump up and shoot the arrows. You want to deflect the arrows 3 times. Deflect, deflect, deflect. And then dash through the 4th one, and then you can punish. I'll show you something here that's pretty important. So with this, when he does a jump attack, and you're in a situation where you're in a corner like this, where you can't dodge the jump attack, so you're forced to deflect it. Every time you deflect this, he'll either follow up with a thrust or a sweep. So my strat for this is I always expect the thrust. So always dash first. So I just mash B. Always dash expecting the thrust because it's faster than the sweep. So if you expect the thrust every time, like this, and it's a sweep instead, you will have time to jump once you recognize that it's a sweep. So always press B first, and then if you see that it's a sweep, you have time to press A anyway. See what I mean? Dash, jump. Every time. It's consistent. You don't have to sit there and read what he's doing. You can just press dash every time, and if it's a sweep, just jump, and it's fine. So here's the bow attack I was talking about. You can tell he's going to do it because he backsteps. He backsteps and then jump, deflect, 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 dash. So deflect the arrows 3 times and then dash through the 4th. That's the safest way to do it. You can actually just... The hitless strat that I did today is you can just dodge the arrows, but it's a lot more scarier. So just Mikiri... He's always going to go for the thrust at the beginning of phase 3. So obviously Mikiri counter it. Hey Kikyo, how you doing? How was your nap? Phase 3 is a lot easier. So this is what happens. He'll do this if you're like... If you get too far away from him when he's doing his flurry. Yeah, I got a bit too far away, so he cancelled his attack and then he did this landing attack. You can just dodge it easily. He'll either do that landing attack or he'll go for a thrust. So yeah, don't get too far away when he's doing this. Just kind of slowly walk back with him and then deflect the last hit. He'll always follow up with thrust. You can easily punish for a Makiri counter. Just dodge the arrow to strafe it. You can actually keep swinging at him while he's doing the lightning arrow, and it'll miss you. But I personally don't like doing it because I've seen someone get hit doing it, so it's pretty risky. More of a speedrun strat. Yeah, phase 3 Ganesha is actually a lot safer than phase 1 and 2 in my opinion. So yeah, once you get to phase 3 it's pretty easy going. I went AFK here, so I actually watched the cinematic, so I'm just gonna skip through it. I was eating pizza, okay. Elaine. It's a pretty cool cinematic though. That was okay, that's good. I'm just doing another tutorial for all beads and memories. So this is where you gotta do the dialogue stuff. Boring dialogue. Pretty straightforward. Gonna talk to Kuro and then to Ishin. I'm just gonna skip through this, I guess. You already know how to do this. Talk to Kuro, then go to the door. I open the door while he's walking to the door to save time. Now you've got to talk to Ishin, exhaust his dialogue, and then come back to this room. So you've got to go over. Make sure you grab this key. It's for Gunfort. Then I equip Blood Smoke Ninjutsu. Just for this next part, it makes it a lot easier, or a lot safer. You don't need to get any skills yet, but make sure you use your memory from Genichiro. From here, you now want to travel to Ashina Castle Idol. And now we're going to head to Senpo Temple. Yeah, make sure Blood Smoke's equipped, because we're going to use it right here.
Hi, welcome to Chili's.
Use Blood Smoke on this guy. Just so the other guy doesn't hit you. You'll get the gatehouse key. You're going to need that later. Make sure you like shuriken these dogs, because they'll chase you. You're going to need that key later to get the prosthetic spear. There's a gold coin purse under that wheelbarrow. Make sure you grab this idol. You'll need to come back to it later. Now, I buy 2 balloons of possession here. These are farming items. It's really helpful for farming Garchien later on. Buy them. I would definitely buy them. Also, thanks for the follow, old new school. Welcome to the Covenant. Grab that Arco Sugar. You can just swim past these gunmen, they won't shoot you. Make sure you hug the right wall here so this gunman doesn't see you. Then just do a death blow on him. You can just run past this next guy. I kind of screwed around with him. And now we're at Senpo Temple. You got work to get today, QQ? Why am I speedrunning? What do you mean? I'm not speedrunning. I'm doing a commentary over a no damage run. If you just run into that post, it'll stop the dialogue, which is this is really annoying. You won't be able to pick up this Garchien while she's talking. So pick up the Garchien, descend the mountain safely. Make sure you take this path, because if you jump straight down the mountain, you'll take full damage. Did it the other day. Kill that monk. The chance he'll drop Arco. Pick up these items. You get a Garchi in the backstab. The rat.
Hi, welcome to
He
Chili's.
can drop Garchi, which he just did. Pick up the spirit emblems. Katsy, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Covenant. Hope you enjoy your stay. Yeah, I've still got my alerts playing, so it's fine. There's a Arco here, make sure you grab that. And you'll grapple up here, and there's another Arco, make sure you don't miss it. Yeah, this is a recording from a couple days ago. Backstab this monk, again, he can drop Arco. Pick up this Gokhan. It's pretty helpful, you don't need it, but the more inexperienced people might want to use Gokhans for certain mini bosses. Grapple. Make sure you like sort of grapple this from the left, because I've jumped directly at that branch before, and the grapple didn't prompt. So yeah, grab this idol. Thanks so much, Katsy. I appreciate it. So this is where all the rats are. This is where you'll do the Garchian farming later on in the run. It's 100% safe if you just sneak around and backstab all these rats. There's 4 of them. There's also a Garchian item on the ground here. Pick that up. I actually got aggroed by one of the rats here because I stood up and I did it wrong. So I go back and rest at the idol for safety. If that ever happens, just go back to the idol. I also go down here, there's a merchant that sells Arco. You want to buy the Arco sugar from him, you're definitely going to need it later. So sell your coin purses if you need to. Buy the Arco, buy all of it. Then I just teleported back and rested at the idol to reset the rats aggro. You can farm earlier on in the run if you want. Probably better to, because the drop chance is higher, I think. But I don't, I'd rather not farm and then lose the run and just, it's gone to waste. I farm later on in the run. But yeah, you can use those Mibu balloons of possession. If you want to farm. Yeah, just take this exact path. Make sure you sneak before you start walking, because they will hear you and they'll turn around and aggro. Yeah, kill the 4 rats. Now we're going to move on to Roberto. So I always equip Ash for this because I do a very specific strat to just speed it up a bit. So you want a Firecracker right here, 1, 2, Ash, 1, 2, 3, and he's going to stagger. I did 4 for some reason because I was talking to chat. You can do more if you want. But yeah. You can be like pretty aggressive. I always step back after every attack. You notice how I'm stepping back? Just highlight that. You want to be doing this. I find it a lot easier if you step back after every deflect. Because if you don't, if you're like right in his face, there's a chance that he can like his attack will go through or over your guard. I've seen it happen before. So it also makes the camera a lot easier to handle if you're taking steps back. He's not right in your face. So yeah, step back after every deflect. I actually dodge the thrust because you guys might know it's doing the Makiri counter on Roberto is very sketchy for some reason, so I prefer to dodge it and then just get 1, 2 afterwards. So when he does his rage attack, you can actually get in about 5 hits, 4 to be safe while he's charging it up. Sometimes there's a chance like he'll go to wind up his berserk attack And I've seen him like multiple times. As he's winding it up, he'll cancel it and then go back and do his like regular attacks. So just be careful. That's why it's dangerous to go for 5 if he cancels it and switches to regular attacks. He can like quick shove you. His quick shove is like his most dangerous attack. So yeah, grab that idol. You'll need to come back to it later. You just grapple straight up here. You don't need to grab the ledge. Use a Garchin here. Grapple up top, and then I just sprint jump over this monk down here. I wall hug here, and then death blow this monk as he's walking past. There's a chance he'll drop Arco as well. You can just open this door, you won't get attacked. There's a couple of like monks behind me that are alerted of my presence, but they won't aggro. So with this same Arco, it'll last a few more seconds once I get into the monkey boss room. You can use this to make the fight a lot easier. Kill this invisible monkey behind you. Grapple up. The monkeys aren't going to see you because you're invisible. Backstab the orange one. Just jump straight down into this tree and you can backstab the green one. So my monkey, I don't like really speedrun monkeys. There's a faster way of doing it, but this is just a more consistent and safe way. You won't spawn any aggressive monkeys this way. And you won't have to worry about firecracking the monkey while it runs away. So I always open this door, grab the purple monkey. It's slower, but it's more consistent. And then just run back to the branch, jump up top. You want to then sort of push the purple monkey into that room. So usually he'll see you like this. He'll see you and then he'll just run into the room. Sometimes he won't see you, so you can just shuriken him and then he'll run. You want to wait here for a second behind that corner because if you run into the room too quickly, the monkey for some reason will actually see you and then he'll run away. He'll jump back up top again. I don't know why, it's just like a bug or something, so you gotta wait a second. I sound sick, I am a bit sick. A bit under the weather. Yeah, just grab the Mortal Blade, obviously. So this is where you wanna acquire some skills here. This is where you want to get your first skills. Make sure you get these skills because you need them to get through Gunfort consistently. So use your memory. Now, buy these very specific skills. So I always get Whirlwind Splash, then Midair Deflection, then a Shinobi's Karma Body, then make sure you get Suppressed Presence. This one's important. You need this to get through Gunfort consistently. To sneak through without getting shot. You want to get Ichimonji, a Descending Cup, and Ascending Cup. Then just walk back to Kuro's room from here. So yeah, from Kuro's room you can just take the shortcut way to Sunken Valley or to Gunfort without having to deal with the mobs or anything. You can just jump straight over and grapple onto this roof. Jump straight down here. You won't take fall damage. Watch out, don't get caught in any trees or anything. These monkeys will hit you. You get caught. I've been hit by one once. Make sure you grab this idol here, because now we're gonna go and grab the Predator Bead down here. So you want to be able to teleport back. I just sprint jump. Oh, I use a Garching here actually. I started using a Garching to be safe, so I don't get aggroed by the gunman. I sprint jump and grapple onto this tree here, this branch, and then just grapple onto the cliff, jump straight up past the gunman, grab onto the ledge. I use a bit of a speedrun strat. When I'm like going across ledges, you can just flick the stick really quickly and you move a bit faster. You're wondering what I'm doing. So the prayer bead's right here. There's a gunman to my right, so be quick. Grapple straight back up before the gunman shoots you. Get into the corner so the gunman doesn't shoot you in the back. Then just idle back up the top. Thanks, KQ. Appreciate it. Okay, so now we just want to sprint jump off again. Make sure you grapple onto this cliff here. You don't want to be too close to that cliff. I've been too close before in the grapple prompt. It didn't prompt the grapple point. Grapple onto this. I sort of hug the wall as I'm jumping down here so the gunman doesn't see me. Because I've been shot by this gunman before. The gunman will like sense you, but he won't aggro, or he might, but he won't be able to hit you. Backstab this gunman. Be quick when you're backstabbing him, because the other gunman will try and shoot, and then the gunman will hear it, and he'll be alert, and he'll try and turn around and shoot you. So make sure you backstab him before he turns around. Deathblow the gecko. So now we're at gun 4. This is a lot of people will have their runs ended here if they don't follow my strat. This strat is like 100% consistent. You shouldn't get shot doing this. So Garchin, don't get too close to that gunman because you'll aggro him. Grapple onto this point. Be quick here. You want to grapple as soon as possible, as soon as you see that grapple point, because there's a gunman that might shoot you down there. So here we have to fight Snake Eyes. I tried to test something here to lose her aggro, but it doesn't work. So there is a strat that people use. It's not 100% consistent. So you want to quickly grapple up here, right, to avoid this gunman. There's a gunman like right here that will shoot you if you're not quick. And when you jump up here, if you crouch immediately when you land, there's a chance that Snake Eyes won't aggro you immediately. And you can sneak up and get a free death blow. You have to fight this Snake Eyes to get the prayer bead in an all beads run, obviously. I use this rock as cover. If she pulls out a gun, just hide behind the rock. I always fight her here, like on this slope. I find that the camera angle makes it easier to read her moveset. It also gives you room to move. See, she pulls out a gun again, I hide behind the rock. You don't want to fight her in a corner, you need like a bit of space. This is a strat that I use on Snake Eyes. I do a one-hit parry strat. Except if she goes for a grab, which you might see, you can do 2 hits, because you'll get a direct hit. So yeah, she can do this attack if you're not careful. Because I whiffed, she did this attack. Where she like does a, you can like, she'll kick you and then shoot, so get ready to deflect that if that happens. Yeah, one-hit parries. So you kind of see how I'm taking a step back every time I deflect her. What this is it's AI manipulation, and you can deflect the grab. Yeah, it's AI manipulation. So it kind of encourages her AI to go for the melee instead of trying to kick me and shoot me. There's a chance she might backstep and try and do like a long range shot. If that happens, like I said, just hide behind the rock. Pardon me. So once you kill her, use another Garchin. Then you want to sneak up. I have a very specific strat for this. Yeah, like I said, you can deflect the grab. You can deflect Snake Eyes grab if you want. But yeah, for this strat, it's very specific. So I count 5 ropes along this bridge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I go to the fifth one and I stop. Then I stand up and purposely grab their aggro. So they're gonna aggro as soon as I stand. And I usually wait like a couple of seconds or like a couple of ticks of the yellow triangle. Then I run to the third rope from the hole on the bridge and I just jump off. They'll try and shoot you, they'll miss. Grapple into that grapple point. You can like sprint jump off and then wall jump off the mountain there if you want. That's just to ensure they don't shoot me while I'm chilling here. Just crouch in this corner, they won't be able to shoot you. This is more of like a hitless strat. For damageless, you can just like, you can use the umbrella if you want. Some people like using the umbrella. Some people just run straight through Gunfor, but it's very inconsistent. Yeah, I think someone asked me in chat here, how do you deflect the grab? Well, she kind of like, she pulls the thing behind, she puts like the gun behind you and then she pulls it back. So you gotta like wait for her to pull it over your head just before she's about to pull it back. So I'm explaining how you deflect the grab. So yeah, come here, use a Garchien. This will be your third Garchien. I just death blow all these gunmen so they don't shoot me, because there's a chance that you'll get aggroed and these gunmen will try and shoot you. I don't know why, it's really inconsistent. For some reason, even with a Garchien, they can aggro when you're trying to climb up. So yeah, kill all these gunmen. Um, yeah, I should probably note, you want to grab these snap seeds here. You're gonna need them for monk. So right here, there's snap seeds. Make sure you grab them. There's also another heavy coin purse here. This will help because you need gold later on. Run past this guy. Make sure you grab this idol. You're gonna need it. So now we're up to, you should have all the skills you need at this point for this boss. Floor boss. So I always use an Arco Sugar. Some people like to use Gokans if they're more comfortable. I prefer to use Arcos. It's pretty straightforward. Easiest way to learn this boss is, so this is the combo. It's when he does it, we'll see. So he'll do quick swipes here. He does 3 quick swipes and then a sweep. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then sweep. So you have to perfect deflect the 9th hit for him to follow up with the sweep. If you don't perfect deflect the 9th hit, he won't sweep and he'll just continue swiping, which is very dangerous. So I'm just gonna highlight that again. An easy way to learn it. So there's 10 hits in a combo. Except for he'll always start like phase 2 with quick swipes. So just be ready, like be careful. Be ready for that. Go back. So yeah, he does 10 hit combos. 1, 2, 3, thump. So an easy way, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1. So it's in lots of 4, and then 5, and then 1. It's 4, 5, 1. Or, you know, it's a 10 hit combo. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. So after you kill him and get the prayer bead, you want to go down and under the floorboard here. This is where you get another prayer bead. Grapple over here. Sprint jump off the cliff. Grab the prayer bead. You want to get out of here ASAP before you get hit by the mobs. Just grapple up top. Crouch in the corner and idle out. You won't get a hit here. So now we move on to Sunken Valley. Pretty straightforward. Yeah, just make sure you don't get hit by the snake. Just run back to the beginning of the bridge. Fall down with the bridge. You won't take fall damage. Make sure that you like let the snake destroy. If you just jump straight off without the snake destroying the bridge, you will take fall damage. You have to let the snake destroy it and fall with it. I always grab this idol here because you can come back later on once you learn the water breathing technique, and there's actually a bulging coin purse under the lake. Woo woo. I actually don't go back for it in this run though, because you can just gold farm anyway. But if you want to go back for it, you can. Some people use Garching going through Sunken Valley. I don't. Just take this exact path, you won't get hit. You don't even need to kill these monkeys here. Just jump over them, they won't aggro. Stay kind of to the left as you jump down here so the monkeys won't aggro. Grapple on here. You can just jump straight to the grapple point from here. Grab this idol. I always rest here to reset the monkey aggro. Just jump straight off the sprint jump off the cliff, grapple onto the branch. Pretty straightforward. Now we're gonna head to Snake Eyes. Make sure you have your puppet ninjutsu equipped at this point because you're gonna need to use it. Not everyone uses it. I would do it. It's the most safest and consistent way to get past the snake here. Some people just like grapple past the snake, but I've seen people end their runs trying to do it. It's not distant. I actually firecracked it by accident. Then you should just shuriken those echoes. Grab the ash. So this is where you want to use a puppet ninjutsu. Make sure it's equipped, otherwise you'll have to idle out to reset the monkey. Now wait and listen for the monkey to start crying first. Really? It says release date's June, my god. I'm so happy. So some people wait for the monkey to cry and then they'll immediately jump. You do not do that. Make sure you wait for the snake to move its head first. As soon as you see it move its head, that's when you want to grapple. Don't listen to the monkey, just wait for the snake to turn. Because sometimes the snake won't turn immediately after hearing the monkey crying. Yeah. Because if you go too early, the snake will see you and hit you. Make sure you grab this idol. You'll need to come back to it later. Yeah, you can use a prayer. You can get a prayer necklace here as well. Use a Garching sugar here. I think I mess up here. I was reading chat because we were talking about Elden Ring. I wasn't looking at what I was doing, and I got aggroed. Don't do this. Usually, what I would do is just jump. Okay, let me go back. Usually you would just run over here, jump over this little hut. You jump over this hut and walk over towards Snake Eyes. These gunmen won't aggro you. I'll just skip past this part. It was a bit of a fiasco, but I got away. I basically got away and I had to fight a 2 health bar Snake Eyes. Like this. Usually you can just sneak up with the Garching and backstab Snake Eyes and get a free death blow. But yeah, basically what I do is I lure her down into this cave and do the same strat I did for the first Snake Eyes. 1-hit parries. Take a couple steps back with each attack to manipulate her AI to encourage her to do melee attacks. If she steps back and tries to shoot you, just go down further into the cave, like deeper into the cave, and you can hide behind the rocks. Again, you can deflect the grab attack like that. and then get 2 hits in. Grab attack is very precise to deflect, so be careful. Practice Snake Eyes a lot. But yeah, grapple up top here. There's going to be another prayer bead we need to grab. Grab this prayer bead. Be careful when you're jumping here. Jump right at the edge of the cliff. Just spam grapple. Because if you miss that grapple point, you'll take fall damage. And if you don't jump from the very edge, you might miss it. Make sure you grab this idol right here. Very important that you grab this. I forgot to grab it once, so when I came back here later to kill the drunkard, I had to run past nightjars. You know the nightjar, what are they called? There's like the ghosts that pop up as you know when you're going to evening or nighttime, you start to get like the ghosts pop up. Nightjars will spawn in and throw shurikens at you. It's very dangerous. Be careful. Make sure you grab that idol for later. This is a bit of like a shortcut. You can just jump up on the tree, get an aerial death blow on the Miss Noble. You jump out the window here. There's a heavy coin purse. Get up. And then continue on to Mibu Village. Apparitions is the word. You get like the apparitions that spawn in, like the nightjars and stuff. You do not want to have to deal with them. Be careful when you're just like descending down here. You don't want to take fall damage, so take the exact path that I did. Make sure you grapple properly. Land on the ledge before you jump down to the idol, otherwise you will take fall damage if you jump straight down to the idol. Make sure you grab that idol as well, because you need to walk back to it later. You can just sprint straight through here. These mobs aren't gonna hit you. They're too slow. Take this exact path. Avoid this guy with the bell. He will. There's a chance he'll swing at you and hit you if you try to run past him. So grab this idol. You'll need it for later. This guy won't reach you in time. You can shuriken him if that makes you comfortable. How you doing, Phantom? So here we're gonna fight the monk. So before you fight the monk, make sure you grab these items. There's another prayer bead up here. So I just wall jump off here. There's a coin purse here. Then the prayer bead. Jump down bottom. There's divine confetti downstairs. And I believe I failed to wall jump here. Wall jump's kind of annoying. Yeah, just wall jump back over. So you want to make sure you have snap seeds equipped here. And firecrackers. Take this exact path around the left side. Hug the wall. So this is a bit of a cheese. Whoops. Why did it zoom in on my face? The fuck? Wait, what the fuck? Hello? Why was it on my face like that? It's weird. Yeah, I'll go back to the beginning of this. So you want to hug the left wall, come out, pop 2 snapsies at the bottom of the staircase here, and then just lock on and start firecrackering him. Walk back with him. Use, like, exhaust all of your firecrackers. Then you want to use a snap seed and then just do like a wall jump, aerial death blow on him. So yeah, make sure you use your last snap seed. It's easiest if you use your last snap seed. You can use like ash or firecrackers to stun him for the death blow if you want, but the snapseed has more range, so you have more time to set up the wall jump. So grab the idol, run in, grab this stone, then just idle out. So that's the monk cheese. You don't have to fight it. So here I get my necklace and use my memory. And I usually buy more skills at this point. So yeah, it doesn't really matter what you buy, but I usually will buy the more spirit emblems, and I get shinobi eyes and flowing water. What I usually get. And then just idle back to Mibi village. So you want to make sure you buy the Garching sugar from this mob, not this mob, this merchant here. So sell your heavy coin purses if you need to. Buy the Garching. Welcome back, Brit. So from here, you want to grab the prey bead in the lake. Now that you've learnt the water breathing technique, you can go swim. You can dive now, so dive straight down, grab the prayer bead. The fish will aggro you, but they won't be able to attack you. Idle out from here. And yeah, you just want to warp. You want to warp back to the Senpo Temple grounds. Idol that you grabbed earlier. There's going to be another prayer bead in the lake here. Again, be careful with your descent. You don't want to take full damage. Make sure you like land on the cliff before you jump into the water. I've taken full damage before by jumping straight down into the water. Grab the prayer bead, idle out again. This is basically the part of the run where you go around collecting beads and stuff. All the free beads. Warp back to abandoned dungeon entrance. This is the idol that you grabbed earlier. So from here you can buy the prayer bead from the merchant. Again, sell your coin purses if you have them. Buy the prayer bead. Now you want to travel to Ashina Castle. So this is how I get the spear. Some people get the spear earlier on in the run. I don't, just because it's the way that some people do it is unsafe. Some people just like jump straight from Ashina Castle over the, you know, over the gap. There's a chance you'll fail the ball jump though, and you will take full damage. And I don't get spear until later on in the run in case I have to reset. It's just a waste of time. I always get my spear just before the ape fight. So grapple onto the tree. Make sure you grapple from this branch, from like the left side again, because I've had the grapple point prompt fail before from jumping directly at it instead of from the left. Kill that guy with the bell, otherwise he's going to alert all the other mobs. And here you're going to get the spear, which is very helpful. Grab that heavy coin purse. Then just idle back to the temple from here. So the spear is super helpful for the ape boss fight. You want to make sure that you have it. Tacos for breakfast, that sounds yum. And pancakes. Yeah, obviously go back to the temple. Equip the spear. So you want to make sure you have spear, firecrackers, and mortal draw equipped for the ape fight. This is a commentary, Gabrantz. Yeah, obviously warp back to Bodhisattva Valley or whatever it is. The ape idol. What's up, Bissell? So I always buff up here with Divine Confetti and Arco Sugar. So there's a very specific like cheese here. So I'll go through it. So I lock onto Ape, I run up. As he puts his arm into the air like this, I always Firecracker just as he slams his hand down. So he'll get stunned. You want to take a couple steps forward. Usually like I wait a couple seconds, wait to see his hands up in the air like this. When they're like at their peak, that's when I will use Mortal Draw. If you time it right, he will stagger after the first Mortal Draw like this. If he staggers like this, you can just thrust attack his head and he will stagger again. Follow this up with 2 hits. Now from here, you want to wait for his sort of animation to return back to its neutral position. So wait for him to return, you know, back to neutral, and then you want to swing at him. If you do this too early, if you swing like too early or too late, he will escape the loop, the cheese loop, and he will hit you. So I'll just go back and highlight that again in real time. If your first Mortal Draw fails to stun him, you can Mortal Draw again a second time. You'll have enough Spirit Emblems, and that will definitely stagger him then. It just means that you'll use up more Spirit Emblems, and you'll only have 3 spears, which is fine. In a normal damageless run, that's plenty. You only need like 3 spears to get through phase 2. This is more of a no upgrades or hard mode, right? So yeah, Firecracker, take a couple steps forward, Mortal Draw. He's staggered, thrust him, he'll get staggered. Hit him twice, wait for him to return to neutral, and then you want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. Return to neutral, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, and then that's it. You can keep doing that loop over and over again, forever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It just keeps going. He'll just stay there. Yeah, like I said, if you mistime it, you hit him too early before he returns to neutral, he will get staggered again, and then he'll just escape the loop. If you do it too late, he will escape and you'll miss him, and then he'll just hit you in the face. It's very precise, but it works. So in phase 2, I just sort of, you want to distance yourself from him to bait out this attack. Deflect it twice and he'll follow up with this slam attack, which if you perfect deflect it, he'll fall over. You hit him with 2 R1s, then use the spear on him, and it does like major posture damage. A bit of AI manipulation. He won't always follow up with the slam at the end. He's got 4 different follow-ups. One of them is a scream like this. Make sure you watch out for that. So I just try and distance myself and bait out this swish swish attack right here. One. So this is another one of his follow-ups. I always step back, then I wait for the last hit, step back in. I unlock so I can see it coming down. You just have to deflect the last hit of the combo. You don't have to deflect that whole thing. You don't want. It's just the most safest, consistent way of doing it. Some people get in behind him and punish him while he's doing that flurry attack. You can jump over this slide attack. It's actually like a sweep. You can just jump it and it'll never hit you. So again, he's yeah. You can just punish his 2 R1s. Yeah. You can dash back in and get another 3 hits before running away. Watch out for the scream. You only need like 3 spears to get through phase 2, depending on your RNG. I got pretty good RNG here. It's pretty, like, once you learn Ape, it's really easy. So run in, grab the flower. From here, as soon as you grab the flower, you can just idle out. It'll take you back to abandoned dungeon entrance idle. For some reason, again, it just when you kill Ape, it automatically lights that idle for the plot or whatever when Owl attacks Ashina Castle. So you can just walk back to your last idol and it'll take you there. Make sure you equip shurikens. I just get rid of my mortal draw so I don't use it by accident. Make sure you use your memory, your Ape memory. It'll help a lot for Owl. So okay, there's this red guy up here. He will end your run if you're not careful. Just sprint straight past him. You can sprint straight past this guy every time and he won't hit you, no matter what. If you try to jump past him, he can hit you. The jumping actually slows you down. So just sprint past every time. Sometimes he will try and swing at you. If you sprint, he will never hit you, I promise. So the strat for this part here, when I grapple up onto this roof, I just stand still. Don't walk forward. If you walk forward, this guy will try and jump and hit you. If you just stand here, this guy won't jump at you. He'll just drop. As soon as he drops, you can go. The most consistent way of getting past him. I made a mistake here. Usually I guard chain sugar here. It makes it a lot safer. I would usually I would crouch like right here and use a guard chain, but I forgot. This makes it safer. I'll show you why. So yeah, just grapple up top. You'll get aggroed by these lens shadows. So there's a chance you will, without guard chain, you will get hit right here. If you don't have guard chain like me, you're gonna have a shuriken thrown at you every time from behind. But I knew this and I jumped. If you don't jump like this, you'll get a shuriken up the butt. If you fail to jump, you will get hit though. But if you have a guard chain, you won't get hit. It's fine. They won't even see you. Okay. Ow. So again, I use like AM manipulation on Owl as well. I kind of like stand back and try to bait the running attack. I don't stay too far away or too close. I stay at like a medium distance and bait this one of these running attacks. He's got like two different running attacks. Like this one. And then I basically just get behind him, hit him twice, and then back off immediately and bait out the running attack again. Pretty straightforward, like you'll learn his moveset. Don't dodge too early or he will hit you. Even if like he deflects your second hit like that, just immediately run back and he won't hit you. Sometimes he will like kind of run, he won't like, I'll try and explain if he does it. He will like just sort of run towards you. He won't do like a running, like this. If he does this, just like run away. He'll either throw a healing pill like that, or he will try and swing at you. You'll be able to outspace it though if you just run away. You can be in a bad position though where you're like in a corner and you won't be able to outspace him. If you get into a situation like that, just deflect in. I would stop running and just hold up your guard and anticipate a swing from him. But most of the time he's just gonna throw like a healing pill. You don't need to avoid it in a no damage run, like it doesn't damage you, but I personally do avoid it because it actually changes his moveset. He will become more aggressive if he hits you with that healing pill. He will sprint towards you like I showed before. He will just keep like chasing you. It actually changes his moveset a bit, that's why I avoid it. I use Divine Confetti in phase 2, it does a bit more chip damage. It adds like flat damage. Because I'm hitting him directly, you know, it's really helpful. You can use Arcos as well, but it's not really necessary. I try to save as much Arcos as I can for later on. Yeah, again, you don't want to be like too far away, because if you're too far away, and you try to dodge past him, if you don't get enough distance behind him, he will follow up. He will turn around and try to swing at you after you dodge him. See, that's why I delay. That's why, like, when I dodge behind him, I don't swing immediately. I wait for a second. If he's doing when he's doing the running attack, you might see it here. I wait to see if he's gonna follow up or not. Because if you like swing thinking he's not gonna follow up, um, then he will, like, you'll either trade or he will outspeed you and he'll hit you first. I'll show you again, like, so you'll see the running attack, dodge past it. I wait for like a second to see if he's going to follow up, and then I swing, since I'm sure that he won't follow up. You have plenty of time to punish him. Like, you have plenty of time to read what he's doing. He's not gonna like turn around and hit you in the face immediately. So yeah, obviously you go down, do all the dialogue stuff. Kuro. Hey, thanks for the grinding the X. I appreciate it, dude. How you doing? Guess I'll just skip through this dialogue stuff. Um, yeah, you know how to do all this. You don't really need any more skills at this point. Actually, you do. And let me see what skills I buy there. Make sure you buy this skill. Make sure you buy a vault over. You need this for later when you go to Harada Estate. Make sure you get that. That's really all you need. You can get suppressed sound if you want. Rest of the idol, and yeah, it's all you know what to do here. Just talk to Emma, and then talk to Kuro. You do all the dialogue and stuff. So after you've done the dialogue with Kuro, make sure you eavesdrop on him. You need to do this so that you can get the second bell to go and fight Father Al, to go to Harada Estate again. If you forget this, you will ruin the whole run. So after you eavesdrop on Kuro, you don't need to talk to him again like I just did. That was an accident. You need to go up top again, rest at this idol. This will cause Emma to reappear upstairs. You got to do all this dialogue bullshit to get the purification ending. So talk to her, choose yes or whatever. And you've got to rest at the idol again. Talk to her again. And then you have to rest again. And this will make her disappear. And she will then reappear at the old graves or whatever it's called. So then you just want to descend down the castle safely. Make sure you take no fall damage. If you take this exact path, you won't take fall damage. Land on the center of the roof. Talk to her once. Exhaust her dialogue. Then you can just warp back to Dilapidated Temple. Hey, thanks, Tiger. I appreciate it, man. I'm just doing a commentary right now, so oh, look at that. I've got like fucking 4 arms. Weird. Okay. Yeah, you just want to eavesdrop on him from behind the temple. Um, talk to Emma, say that you overheard what she said. The annoying guy behind me. Oh my god, it's me. You'll get the second bell, so make sure that you have both bells at this point. Check your inventory. Yeah, you've got both there. So now you want to go and fight Brew Monk. So make sure you have enough ash again. If you need more ash, just go and buy it from the merchant at the Gyobu arena. Or you can get it from the merchant at the Ashina outskirts stairway. So you need at least 7 ash for this strat. So once you're ready, go back and obviously continue to the monk. So I always buff. I'll make sure you equip the ash as well here at the beginning. Then buff up. I actually made a mistake on my monk strat here, but it's fine. I'll explain it. So yeah, Divine Confetti, Arcos, grapple onto this grapple point, get behind her, do 3 hit firecrackers. 1, 2, 3 firecracker. You just want to continue doing this. I stay unlocked. It makes it easier to correct myself, to center myself behind her. I'm gonna do 3 hit firecrackers for all of phase 1. You'll have enough firecrackers to death blow her in phase 1. Hit her 4 times at the end. 2, 3, 4. So I missed. I was reading chat and I got distracted, and I actually missed the second death blow here. But usually you can just grapple up top, then lock onto her, and then get the death blow. But I missed, so I kind of got into a panic here. I somehow clutched it. If this happens, I would just grapple from tree to tree rapidly to dodge these shadow clones until they disappear. And then I had to fight her straight up, which is fine. I know her moveset, so phase 2 moveset is exactly the same as phase 1. But yeah, you won't need to like even deflect her at all or fight her if you do the strat correctly. You can just skip phase 2. But yeah, I know her moveset pretty well, so. So phase 3. In phase 3, you can just again cheese her with Ash. So you want to buff up again, use Divine Confetti, Arcos. You only need to use 7 Ash, so as long as you have 7, you'll have enough damage. So you do 4 hit Ashes. You can get away with 4 hits on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4 Ash, and just continue doing that. And she will die. So again, make sure you use your memory here. And then I would rest at this idol as well to restore your spirit emblems. You're gonna need at least 1 shuriken to kill Okami Warrior, even though you will have 1 spirit emblem left after killing Monk, but I would rest just in case you miss or something. I always pop a gachi and sugar here, just so that I don't get aggroed by like the bowmen or the mist nobles or whatever they're called. Or the fish in the water. What's next? I'm thinking about like no hit all bosses. I did a no hit run. I did no hit Bell Demon, no Kuro's Charm today, and I almost got another run while wearing a Master Chief helmet. The entire run. I got hit on Genichiro, but I was basically forced to throw the run because I reached a sub goal to throw the run. So yeah, jump over this wall. This is a bit of a shortcut, so you don't have to run through Fountainhead. Rest at this idol. So now we're gonna go kill the Sakura Bull. So you can just drop straight off the side here, firecracker him in the butt. I always hit him once just in case. And he will automatically go into rage mode and die instantly if he hits a wall. There's a chance he won't hit the wall, and you'll have to fight him straight up. You can try and run. I tried to run away once and he hit me. So I would just try and fight him straight up if he doesn't, hit the wall. There's a bulging coin purse there you can grab and then just idle out. How many hours? I've got about 1200 hours or so, give or take, in this game. So this is a route I take to get through Fountainhead. It's the most consistent for me. Just follow this path. My god, thank you so much for the bits.
OMG Seiki Masterclass.
Thanks for the bits, Odd Mums. You didn't have to do that. Thank you. Hey, look, I'm teaching you now, Odd Mums. Yeah, just jump off the edge here. You won't. These guys won't attack you. Run along the edge. So make sure you have shurikens out at this point. Grapple onto this grapple point and then this one. Wait for him to kick the ball. Come out. Lock on. Wait for him to go to kick a second ball. Then shuriken him while he's in the air. This will stun him. He won't break free of this combo, so you're pretty much safe at this point. He's pretty easy. Grab this coin purse. Pop a Gashin sugar. Jump into the water. Now this is, you gotta be careful here. So the reason I use a Gashin is to avoid the headless down here. If you get too close to them, they'll aggro and shoot projectiles at you. So I do this nice big arc over the headless. Come down and grab this prayer bead. And then you just want to swim back towards the giant carp cave. Hey Miyazaki, how you doing? So yes, this is pretty straightforward. Just take this exact path or, route through here. Even without Garchin, my Garchin's gonna run out here, so this fish won't see you. You can just speed straight through here. Grab this idol. So at this point, I actually go back and fight the lone shadow in the well in Ashina Reservoir. I wait till this point so that I have more attack power because it's a pretty tough mini boss and it's in a tight little room where you can get cucked really easy. Make sure you get your prayer necklace at this point. Teleport back to abandoned dungeon entrance. So You don't have to fight him at this point. I do. Well, you have to fight him before you kill dragon. Remember this because it's important. Because once you kill a divine dragon, it progresses the plot, and Ashina will be on fire. You won't be able to get back to Ashina Reservoir this way. The only way you can get back is to go to actually fight a Shishman warrior, which is like almost impossible to do, no damage, and you don't want to do that. No way of safely getting back there, so make sure you come back here before killing dragon. So we have a lot of attack power at this point, and a lot of posture, so it should be easy. I always equip Mortal Draw for this strat. Make sure you have Firecrackers as well. I also pop an Arco. So you get an aerial death blow. I then dash behind him, Firecracker, dash behind him again, Mortal Draw to get free damage. Then just deflect the rest of his combo. I don't recommend trying to attack these guys unless they're idling like this. They can easily like break through your combo and punish you, so you just want to try and deflect them. So yeah, kill him. Once you kill him, you can continue through this cave. There's another bulging coin purse, which is really good, like 1,000 gold. I always shuriken these two geckos, just in case. Jump over this cliff. If you walk off, you'll fall into the boss arena and get clapped by a Shishman warrior. So yeah, grab the bulging coin purse, do woo, then just walk back to the dragon idol in Fountainhead. Yeah, dragon's pretty straightforward. I'm sure everyone knows how to fight dragon. He's a bit of a resident sleeper boss fight. I'll give some tips there. How did I reach the what? Oh, the way down to like Snake Eyes? There is another way of getting down there. You don't need to see if you can't go that way in a no damage run because you'll take fall damage by jumping down that hole. There's another way to get down to Snake Eyes, and it's through Gunfort. Yeah, obviously you want to get aerial death blows from the trees. You wipe out like all the mobs. Violent stream. You can hear my voice, right? I just wait for the tree to disappear and then get the death blow. Bulging Uwu. Sometimes the first phase takes a while because there's always that one guy standing in the distance, so I just sprint jump over and get a death blow on him. You can sprint jump off that tree. Okay, so dragon. I always wait to see what he does. He might start with a sweep. And he starts with vertical. So I never punish these vertical swings. Never, I would never do this. Never punish this. I see Posy do it and it gives me anxiety because only ever punish when he's doing this attack, the sweep. If you try to punish the 3 vertical attacks, this one, there's a chance he'll follow up with another vertical attack, and it's really quick, and there's a good chance it'll smack you in the face before you can reach the lightning. So again, sweep attack, punish. I only punish sweep attacks and the dragon wind. The vertical, you can just sprint away from this. Make sure you have enough distance to dodge the wind. To dodge the attacks. I try and run away, get as much distance as I can. You want to learn the timings of jumping over the sweep attacks if there's no lightning to grab. So again, vertical, don't punish, wait, play it safe. There's no harm in playing it safe in this boss. You don't want to rush this boss. You don't want to sleep on it either, because so many, like, everyone's lost a run to dragon. It's meant to be an easy boss fight, but if you're not focusing, you can really screw it up. So wait for sweep attack, now I punish. So now he's going to go into his final attack phase. Just try and get as much distance as you can. Usually I run in one direction for dodging, the beginning of this phase. And then once he starts, I'll explain what I do. So I just run in one direction, dodge all this. He'll do a couple of sweep attacks. I usually don't lock on, that's just how I play. So now he's going into his final flurry attack. I start running the other direction once he starts doing this. He'll do a couple of sweep attacks. Okay, now he's done. So now you want to grapple onto the tree in the middle. It's always going to be the one in the middle with the lightning. So the reason I start running one direction and then I turn around and start running the other way is because you want to end up back where you started. Because the 3 trees at the end will always appear where you started that final phase. So you need to end up back where you started. Your voice is priceless. For everything else there is a MasterCard. What do you mean? Oh, boy. So now we're going to Ishin. So this is a very tough boss fight. Make sure you talk to Emma here, grab the key. So Ishin is the bane of everyone's existence on this game. Very, very tough boss to learn. I would spend a lot of time practicing this boss. So I just sprint straight off here and grapple. It's a bit scary, but it's consistent. Some people take a different way down. This is the way I take. Always taken it. Make sure you grab this idol here, because you're going to want to come back here and fight that 7 spears mini boss later. I think they do have MasterCard. So before we fight Ishin, I actually walk back to the dilapidated temple. No, make sure you use your memory as well from the dragon. I walk back to the temple and buy a prayer bead. Just so I have another necklace. It just makes fighting Ishin a bit easier. Yeah, I didn't mean to go into the temple like that, but you come over here to where Hanbei is. There's this little box here. You can buy the prayer beads that you missed. So you just buy one, you'll have enough money. It'll allow you to get another prayer necklace. And I just walk back to the Ishin idol. I don't know what I'm doing. Talking to chat. Alright, Ishin. So I always buff up the Ishin, um, Divine Confetti and Arco Sugar before you walk in. Or for Genichiro, rather. You'll be able to kill Genichiro very quickly. I always swipe 1, 2, dodge, 1, 2. Do that every time. Genichiro's pretty straightforward. You should know how to fight him at this point. Doing good, Elves. How are you? Yeah, this is going on YouTube. I'm doing a commentary. For anyone that's new here, I'm doing a commentary over my run that I got a couple days ago, my All Beads and Memories. Doing a tutorial. So, Ishin. I'm gonna go too in depth. Like, you're just gonna have to learn how to fight this boss. Be careful of that attack. You don't want to. He has like a second like wind wave that goes off. Be careful of that. Make sure it goes off before you run in. It can hit you if you try to run up behind him. I always take a step forward before I Mikiri counter because I've had moments where the Mikiri counter just doesn't connect. I'm like too far away or something. I always run away from this attack and sort of walk backwards and to the left. It's really good. You recover posture doing this, and it's just safe. He will never hit you. Usually I firecracker him there when he's transitioning to phase 2. I use all my firecrackers and just thrust him until I exhaust all of my firecrackers, and you get a lot of free damage to him, which will slow down his posture recovery. But I didn't time it right, so he just like iframed the firecrackers, which is fine. Be careful of this attack. This is one of the run killers. He will just wind up this huge combo. Usually you can deflect the first 2 hits and then just run away. But if you're in a situation where you're like in a corner or on a cliff or something, you're gonna need to learn how to deflect it, because it will end your run. You try to run away. So yeah, obviously be careful of lightning. It's a very precise timing of dodging lightning. I always sort of look at his arm. I'll show you, like when he's using lightning, look at what his arm is doing. Okay, so when he backsteps like this, he's probably going to do a wind attack. So when he jumps up in the air like this, watch his arm. He sort of like pulls it back like this. He sort of like pulls it back just as he's swinging. I wait to see. He like lifts it up and he sort of pulls it back. I wait to see that and then I dodge. And like once you dodge through the line, you can hit him like twice. You can get it like a direct hit and then hit him again and he'll sort of like parry it or whatever. Pretty straightforward. Like that, you just need to practice it a lot. The lightning is what you need to practice the most. Very precise. And like the timing of the dodge can it'll change depending on how close you are to Ishin. So like if you're in a situation where he does a lightning attack and you're like in a corner or on the cliff, you need to dodge earlier than normal because you're so close, like the hitbox is right in your face. So you'll have to dodge a bit earlier. Usually like if you're really close, I just dodge as he's like winding up the lightning. You just have to practice it and get a feel for it. Takes a lot of experience. Like I've fought Ishin so many to like hundreds of hours probably just practicing Ishin. So yeah, you just want to use the Ishin memory, and then you can just go to. So usually I go to double 8 from here. So go back to Poison Pool Idol, the idol that we grabbed earlier. Hey, thanks for the congrats, Showfield. Shawfield. So yeah, the gunman won't be here anymore because I know it's kind of destroyed. This it's changed a bit, so you won't have to worry about using a Garchien. Make sure you have the spear equipped and mortal draw equipped and firecrackers equipped for this fight. So phase 1 is going to be the exact same as Ape from earlier. Pretty straightforward. He will die a lot quicker. You only have to use like 2 spears. Farming. Yeah, we did like half an hour of farming. What's up, Duck? Be careful though, like this arena's a lot smaller, so if he does the scream, you have to be super careful. He does the jump attack a lot in this arena. Usually he'll follow up with this attack, which you can easily punish and get the spear in. Make sure you press the right trigger twice. When you shove the spear in, you have to press it again to pull it out. A lot of people make the mistake of just tapping it once. So phase 2, he's now gonna scream and call in his mate, the other ape. So this is when it gets a bit scary. You have to, I usually just unlock and I run around the arena in a clockwise fashion. See, this brown ape will try and jump at you sometimes. If this happens, just block it, face it, and block it. What I'm trying to do here is bait out the scream. The scream it's a follow-up attack, so it'll always only ever be done as a follow-up. So basically, I wait for him to attack, and then see how I run back in. I'm running back in to try and bait it because it's a follow-up attack. He'll never do it out of the blue. It has to be a follow-up. I'll always try and run back in. See, he'll only follow up if I'm still close to him after he's doing an attack. So there we go. I got the scream off. So the objective in this fight is to bait the scream attack, because what happens is this brown ape is programmed to run at you. It'll charge you once the white ape screams. This was discovered by Gino Machino. So when it runs up to you, just firecracker it, mortal draw it. I actually missed my first swing. If it doesn't break its posture, you can just firecracker it like that, and then you can just death blow it. This white ape won't attack you while you're death blowing it, so you're safe. And then obviously, just finish the white ape. It's pretty easy. Once you isolate this ape, it's a lot easier. It can be pretty monk-esque, like when you're running around the arena trying to bait that scream attack, you might get into tight situations. Like this, like be very careful of the scream. It's kind of all based on RNG, whether or not you get the scream. Like I've spent like 5 minutes running around and not getting the scream before. And yeah, just finish him off. It's pretty easy. Again, if he does his attack, he's likely going to follow up with this slam, which you can perfect deflect, and you get free punish, or even a spear attack. So make sure you execute twice, because you got to finish the ape off so that you can get the bestow ninjutsu. You want to get this. It helps a lot for some of the mini bosses that we're going to fight later on. So switch your spear out for shurikens, because we're now going to Hirata Estate. You need shurikens for Hirata Estate. Important. So make sure you have that ready. Use your memory. Go back to Dilapidated Temple. Okay, so now we're going to... I actually went AFK at this point, so I'm just going to skip forward. We go to Harada Estate. I had like 4 people following me here for some reason. So I just grabbed this idol in case I need to warp back. Because you might get into a situation where you need to just bail out. Because things can go wrong in Harada Estate. So be careful while you're grappling down here. You can just jump straight into the water and swim across. This guy won't aggro you, so just run past. Grapple up. Use a Garching Sugar here, it's important. So you can sneak through here without being seen. If you don't use a Garching here, you will be seen for sure. You'll be aggroed by like every enemy in this area. So just crouch, sneak around, don't stand up. Even if you stand up, you'll get seen with Garching. So I just sneak around, just drop off the edge here. Wait behind this hut here for the dog to walk down. Once the dog gets past this guard here, then you want to start sneaking up. Lock onto this mob, shuriken him twice, he'll die. No one will hear it. Now you can just sprint past these mobs. It's fine. It doesn't matter if they aggro you. These shield guys are gonna aggro you anyway. Grapple up. Now you want to shuriken this mob down the bottom. I have the torch. I forgot to do it. Now you just want to wait. You want to watch what this shinobi hunter's doing. See how he's like walking around. So he'll walk to this spot and he'll just stand here for a second. Once he starts walking again, that's when you want to move. As soon as you see him move, you want to jump off. So he's starting to move, jump down into the bush. Make sure you have Mortal Draw equipped. Pop an Arco Sugar. You make sure you have this Arco Sugar because it makes it a lot easier. Shuriken this mob here. He'll die in one shuriken. Backstab the Shinobi Hunter before he moves, so you gotta be quick. Wait for him to like start standing back up. Don't do it immediately. Wait till this point. A single like stroke of Mortal Draw is enough to kill him. Then you can just death blow him. Grab the prayer bead and run because a couple of mobs will see you and they'll try and run up to you. So just run. Swim through the lake here. So I dive underwater here and then I do like the little press A and you just dash up into the sky. It gets you enough height to grapple onto the branch there, like a speedrun strat. Sneak past the guards. Make sure you talk to Owl here. You need to get the key from him. Just be careful you don't hit the fire. So be careful here. I actually lost a run here a couple days ago. I fell into the river. I missed the jump. So just be careful while you're jumping. You have to jump. If you don't jump, you'll fall into the river and miss the grapple point. I fell into the river and took fall damage. It was pretty far in the run too. It was just before Father Owl. So I always grab the idol here in case, again, things can go south on Juzo. You might need to idle out. So you want to make sure you have this idol so you don't have to go through all of that again. So I shuriken this mob, he dies in one hit. Then you want to pop a Garching Sugar. Take this exact path. You want to make sure you take this exact path. If you go too far right, you want to hug the left. If you're too far to the right, the mobs will aggro you. So you want to come up here. You still got Garching active, so no one's gonna see you. You can just shuriken all of these mobs, and no one's gonna see you. They're blind. Blind as a bat. Heal all the mobs. Usually Juzo he'll be alerted of your presence, and he'll start to walk. He'll get like the yellow symbol above his head, and he'll start to like walk around, like, huh? What happened? But sometimes he won't. He'll just sit there. So you're pretty much forced to throw a shuriken like that, grab his aggro, and just run back and hide in the bushes here, and he usually will lose aggro. So at this point my guard chain's about to run out. I pop another one. And then now you can just sneak up and get a backstab on him. So I firecracker before I go for the death blow here. A lot of people ask why. Well, if you get too close to Juzo, sometimes he'll just aggro you. Even if you sneak up behind him with Garchin, he somehow will just aggro when you're close. So you have to firecracker to stun him, and then get the death blow. So be careful. He can buff his sword with poison. It won't poison you immediately, but it'll start to build up when you deflect it. So I would just recommend not even deflecting it at all. I usually just unlock like this and run away until it runs out. It runs out pretty quickly. Watch out for his grab attacks. When he does this spit poison attack, I usually punish it. Get a lot of hits off. Watch out for these. These are posture breaking melees. These attacks are pretty easy to punish. He's pretty straightforward. Like, you can play him safe and just bait out, direct attacks instead of deflecting if you're not comfortable. I just spent a while to learn his moveset. But yeah, you get huge punish in like when he's drinking the alcohol or when he's like buffing his sword with poison. You can get like 3 hits off. So just be careful. Make sure you get your prayer necklace here, and then rest at the idol to reset. Hey Coffee Bean, how you doing? Okay, so now there's a false wall here for prayer bead. So I usually just wait here, wait for them to path around the corner. As soon as I see the sword guy come around the corner, I start to run right past them. And yeah, there's a false wall here, so go through. There's another prayer bead in here. There's also divine confetti if you want. Grab that and then just idle out. For anyone that's new here, I'm doing a tutorial / commentary. It's going on YouTube of my run that I got a couple days ago. At this point, I forgot to get snap seeds, so I've got to go back and buy some from the merchant. You want to make sure you have snap seeds for Lady Butterfly. It's very important. It makes the fight a lot easier. So you don't have to deal with the apparitions and stuff. So at this point you can buy like an unlimited amount of snap seeds and confetti. So sell all your coin purses. I usually buy like 6 confettis here, 10 snap seeds. So equip the snap seeds. And make sure you have your shurikens on still, because it makes Lady Butterfly a lot easier. Snap seeds and shurikens, that's all you need. So make sure you shuriken this bowman here. He'll die in 1 hit. So Lady Butterfly, obviously, she has multiple different openings, so just be careful. She might throw like shurikens at you straight away, or needles, whatever. Might sweep you straight away like that, or sometimes she'll just idle. be careful when you approach her. So what I do here is I have so much posture and attack power at this point that I can literally just stand and deflect all of her attacks and it will just destroy her posture. If she jumps up onto the string like that, you time it right, you can shuriken her as she's jumping. She'll stagger, she'll fall out of the sky or the air, and you can punish her. Phase 1 is super easy. Phase 2 is a bit more scary. So I always stand at this exact same point at phase 2 every time. You can buff up if you want. I don't use arcos. Hit her once, she's always gonna back off and snap and spawn her apparitions every time if you do it this way. Hide behind this pillar. Use the snap seeds. Watch what she's doing because she can jump down and attack you. So try and get rid of as many apparitions as you can. Use the pillar to protect yourself from the butterflies. I almost got hit here. Okay, so now she's gonna start attacking. She can do this attack. This is the scariest attack where she spawns in butterflies. They're unblockable. They will damage you through your block, so you must avoid them. If you're lucky, she won't do it many times, so you can kill her pretty quickly. You want to always make sure you have room behind you to run away from those butterflies. If you see her do that butterfly attack, you need to immediately sprint backwards away from them, and you do like this nice arc. You do like this nice sort of arc to the side. The butterflies will miss, and you'll escape as long as you have enough room behind you. You need to always make sure you have room to your back to run away to. Just make sure you don't run into the pillars or, get stuck on a wall or something. Yeah, use the memory, of course. Rest at the idol, because your spirit emblems are going to be depleted because you haven't rested yet. Make sure you rest before you go to Father L. I've forgotten to before. I didn't have any spirit emblems. But yeah, butterfly can be scary. Like, you can use a lot of those butterflies, and they will end your run if you don't avoid them. But yeah, again, you basically just want to deflect Lady Butterfly. It's the safest way. You don't even have to attack. I wouldn't recommend attacking Butterfly because there's a chance she'll just hit you. Like, she's got a really scary moveset. Just try and learn her moveset and just deflect it. Just hold block the entire time, but obviously try and deflect when you can. Quicker you can kill her, the less you have to deal with the butterfly bullshit. And if you don't kill her quickly, like, she can spawn in more apparitions as well. So I use a Garchine here. Those mods behind me won't catch up to me, so don't worry about them. Again, take this safe path. Hug the left side. Don't run into the fire. So there's going to be a bowman on the right here. Takes 3 shurikens to kill. Run straight through the middle of this lone shadow and Juzo to aggro them. Hit this guy twice. Press A to do the leap over skill. Then you want to blood smoke him. Now this is going to blind the lone shadow. Then you want to blood smoke the lone shadow. So I almost got cucked here. I almost got hit right here. So usually what happens is Juzo will get blinded by the blood smoke. Sometimes he won't. It's just RNG. If he doesn't, just be careful because like you might get hit like that. Like I almost got hit. And sometimes he'll aggro you and he won't lose aggro. He'll just chase you. So if that's the case, I'll show you what's like a safe thing to do. If he just chases you and he doesn't lose aggro, he'll just keep like you can hide behind this rock. Juzo can't reach you from here, but he'll like keep trying to he'll keep walking up to you and then he'll walk away and walk back, keep coming back and keep walking off. Back and forward, back and forward. If he does that, you just have to idle out and reset. It's just a waste of Garchine, but that's the only safe way to do it. If you're lucky like this, he will lose aggro, and he'll just start pathing back to his his original spawn, and then you can get a free backstab on him. This Juzo's a lot tougher than the first one, so be careful. He can destroy your posture very quickly. You're not getting perfect deflects. So again, just use the same strats as before. Punish him a lot when he's drinking alcohol, get 3 hits. If you're not feeling comfortable, just go for 2, especially if he's got poison up. You can punish this attack, get like 3 hits in. Actually got a really weird hitbox. He will usually follow up with that. So be careful, it's quick. Get a thrust in after that attack. And yeah, be careful of that as well. That's really dangerous, that one. So you can deflect, hit him once, deflect again, and then you can get a thrust after that, usually. Shishman warriors don't drop prayer beads. Empire. Neither do headless. So you don't need to grab the idol here. You haven't used any spirit emblems. You won't really need to use any anywhere. Just run straight in. I use Divine Confetti and Arco for this fight. I usually thrust him, hit him twice. He usually starts with a sweep attack, but he didn't this time. For some reason. I'm not going to go too in depth into the strats. You're just going to have to learn this boss. But just play it safe. So yeah, there's a sweep. I usually jump over the sweep, hit him twice, dodge left. It times it perfectly so that you can dodge the Ichimonji. Phase 1's really quick. Phase 2 is a lot longer because he disappears and becomes an owl. And it just slows down the pace of the fight. I got pretty lucky though, he actually didn't transform to the owl that many times. So again, jump over the sweep, 1, 2, dodge left. Dodging left is always safer than dodging right. Because his attack he swings kind of more to the right. But you got to be careful, like this is such a small arena, so like if you're in a situation where he's up against a wall and you're not able to dodge left or something, you're kind of forced to deflect or to dodge right. So jump over this, he's always going to follow up with a thrust. So it actually ended my run the other day. So yeah, again, when he kicks you in phase 2, he will throw shuriken when he kicks off you. He doesn't do that in phase 1, so remember that. There's a difference. So I kind of, when he turns into the owl, I just unlock and sort of look, like sprint away and look behind me to see where the owl is going. You can kind of tell where it's going to appear. So I got pretty lucky, he didn't transform here. So I got him pretty quickly. Sometimes he'll just transform, like he'll transform to the owl a lot, and it just slows down the pace of the fight. Really annoying. That was a pretty good owl. Okay, so now we're moving on to the real end game. So, Demon of Hatred. Demon of Hatred is the scariest boss in the game, in my opinion, to do no damage. He can just meme you so easily if you're not paying attention. Like, you can get put into like situations where it seems impossible to avoid damage. But I would definitely practice him a lot. Practice his behaviors. Like, he has 3 phases, and in all 3 phases his moveset changes and his behavior changes. So you just have to learn how it works. So at this point, I farm Garchin, so I'm just gonna skip through this, but you will have to do this if you're doing all beads and memories.
Hi, welcome to Chili's.
You will at one point have to come here, use Amiibo possession ball, and farm these rats. So I'll just show, I'll do like one round and show you what it looks like. But um, these rats drop garching sugar, and in order to do this route safely, you're gonna need a lot of it. It shouldn't take too long. Sometimes you're unlucky with the RNG, but basically at this point in the run, you're gonna have to get like another extra 5 more garching at this point. So you just need to get like 5. If you got none at this point, you'll need 5 here. Thanks so much for the follow, Al Knight. Welcome to the Covenant. Hope you enjoy your stay.
Hi, welcome to Chili's.
Imze, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Covenant. Okay, so yeah, that's basically how you do the rat farm, garching farm. I'm just gonna skip through this. I did like a lot of farming. Because I got pretty unlucky. Hey, thanks for the congrats, Nex. How you doing, dude? My god, how long did I do it for? When did I get the run? I got it a couple days ago. Any interesting mods? Not that I know of. They're all like skin mods and stuff. Holy shit. I did a lot of farming. Yeah, like you're gonna have to do a lot of garching farming at least. At the end, you're gonna have to gold farm for a bit, but it takes like 2 minutes. You don't need much. Okay, there we go. I'm done. So now we're heading to Demon of Hatred. What's going to be the next run? I'm thinking of doing no hit all bosses. Purification. Okay, so you want to go to Kuro's room. This is the safest way to get to Demon of Hatred. Hey Bean, how you doing, dude? You're drunk, my good. You don't need to grab this droplet. I don't know why I did. Not concentrating. I grabbed this idol just in case things go south and I've got a idol back. Thanks for the congrats, Bean. Grab this Garching sugar here and nest. Be careful when you're dropping down here so you don't take fall damage. If you drop down that hole, you will take fall damage. Grab the Garching. There's a coin purse there if you want it. Use the Garching sugar here. So now we're going to cross the bridge. It's a bit scary because there's all this gunfire, but if you take this path, you won't get hit. Just sprint jump off, grapple onto the branch, sprint jump off the branch, wall jump. Just jump over this wall. You can just run straight past this guy, but I waited to backstab him to be safe. Hitless All Memory has been done. Not into New Game Plus, no. None of us do that. Kind of dumb. No one cares about Shura. No one ever runs Shura. So yeah, I take this path. This is a path I take. Just take this exact same path, basically. Grab this idol. You're gonna need this idol for later. This is the gold farm idol. It's pretty safe. You won't get shot if you take the same route I did. So you want to kill all these guys. This is the gold farm route, by the way, that you will use later on. So I get a bit of gold doing this. I pick up the items on the ground as well to sell them. So these two enemies here, sometimes they'll be really close together. That's why I equip Blood Smoke. If they're too close together, the other one's definitely going to hear it, so just Blood Smoke them. I then use a Garchi in here, so we're about to fight the Drunkard mini-boss. He's not a Drunkard, but he's got the exact same moveset. So now I just wait here for this red guard to walk up. He's gonna turn around. Backstab him. So now we're gonna fight this mini-boss. So make sure you have the spear equipped, and make sure that you have Bestow Ninjutsu equipped. I then backstab this guy for the Bestow. I pop an Arco Sugar, and then I get an aerial death blow on him. Make sure you have your spear out at this point. You can use 2 spears on this guy, on his armor. Then you can get 3 R1s, and he's going to start swinging at you. He's really easy to kill. He's got the exact same moveset as a Drunkard. So just be careful. Kill him really quickly, easy. Alright, so now we're moving on to Demon of Hatred, scary boss. So I use a Gachi in here just so I can safely get through the running section. You can just drop down off the cliffs. Grapple up, same way you grapple up to the merchant. Sprint jump off here. This guy will see you, but he won't hit you. Look out for the fire. And we're at Demon of Hatred. So, sorry, I'm a bit under the weather. So yeah, you just wait for this demon to kill all the mobs in the arena. And then he's just gonna return to his neutral position. No, this is a recording, I'm doing a commentary. He's gonna return to his neutral position right here. I kind of had to prep myself up, so I'm just gonna skip ahead. Alright. So I run in. As soon as he aggroes, I pop a divine confetti. Run in. I can get like 4 or 5 hits. So just watch what he's doing. You need to react to what he's doing. You can't just assume what he's doing. If you assume the wrong thing, you will get punished. So yeah, when he does a sweep attack and he runs away from you, just sprint straight up to him in phase 1. Just follow him. He's always going to try and throw fireballs. If you're quick enough, he'll throw them straight over your head. You don't even have to dodge or anything. And you can get 5-3 hits off. So let me just highlight that again. Pretty good thing to know. Where is it? Yeah, here. So he's gonna do stomps. So he's gonna do a sweep attack here. So I jump over the sweep. I then do an R1 as he's running past. It'll damage him. I chase him. So only in phase 1 will I chase him like this. He's gonna try and throw fireballs. It's gonna go over your head. You can get 5 hits off. 5 hit punish. Grapple, you can get 2 hits after grappling that. You have to iframe this attack. He'll try and swing at you with his firearm. You have to iframe it. You can't block it, you'll take damage. Timing's pretty precise, but it's not as precise as the lightning timing on Ishin. So just be able to, you need to like practice him and be able to read his attacks. See, that's a palm attack. You can iframe through that. Headbutt attack. He'll either do 1 headbutt or he can do up to 3. So just make sure you wait to see if he's going to follow up. Sweep attack. See, I knew that he was going to get stuck on this tree behind me. I even said it in a stream. So you can deflect the palm attack. He's going to follow up with this attack every time. Either this fire attack or he's going to do like the fire slam. Either one of those two follow-ups. So read when he's going to jump in the air, to run away, punish it twice. Sweep attack again, jump, R1, get underneath him, he's going to throw fireballs. You can hit him 5 times. Okay, so phase 2. It's going to in every phase, things change. So you have to adapt to it. I always get behind him at the beginning of phase 2. Pop a divine confetti. He's gonna do like an AoE. It won't damage you, but it'll blow you away. Get like a thrust in. He's always gonna go for a sweep at the beginning of phase 2. You don't want to run up underneath him like you did in phase 1, because he's always gonna do this, or most of the time he will do this follow up after the sweep. So you need to like time it right and jump over the fire and grapple it. So every time he jumps back like this, you want to chase him. He's usually going to follow up with that. You can just strafe it, get 5 hits in, sweep attack again. Don't run up to him. So because he was so close to me then, he didn't follow up with the fire slam. He's now doing this weird combo. Just wait for it, then run underneath him again. You always want to try and get underneath him. So he's going to do a triple headbutt here. Sweep again, don't chase it. Now he's doing the fire slam. Time it right, grapple it. If you jump too early, the fire will catch you. You want to jump like just as he's slamming the ground. You got to iframe through it. I staggered him out of it. Basically, always want to iframe through the fire swings. So you can just run straight underneath him with this attack. This is the attack you can strafe, get 5 hits in. When he jumps back, chase him. Chase him when he jumps back like that every time. And punish him. 5 hits. Alright, now we're in phase 3. So beginning of phase 3, you always want to pop a divine confetti. He's always going to start with this fire circle. So I always jump over it and then I frame it. Just in case, because sometimes he can hit you. He's always going to do a sweep after this. He will always like try and sweep you after doing the fire circle, so get ready for it. So right now. And then in phase 3, he does like a double sweep like this. So you can sort of jump back with him, punish him. Watch out for the campfires in the arena. Actually, he doesn't always double sweep, sometimes he won't, so be careful of that. Just assume he will though. So chase him when he jumps back. You're gonna do another fire circle, jump it, iframe it. I try and stay on his left foot here. I staggered him out of
Hi,
it.
welcome to Chili's.
Sweep attack. He's gonna go for. See, he didn't do the double sweep here, so just be wary. Like he won't always do it. So just like watch what he's doing. Sometimes he'll jump back and he won't even follow up. Usually, what he does in that situation is he'll do the fireball attack, where he sort of does this weird fucking dance, and then he shoots like 8 fireballs at you. And it's really scary. He actually didn't do it once in this fight, which was really lucky because it's one of the scariest attacks. But basically, if he does that, I will just unlock and run around him in circles and dodge the fireballs. I count them as well. When he starts getting towards the 8th fireball, which is the last, I run in and punish. I always run circles. I run anti-clockwise circles around him when he does it, or I run to the right. It's safest. Every time I run left, I get hit, so always run right of the fireballs. But yeah, that's Demon of Hatred. You just gotta be like careful of all the debris and stuff in this arena. It's a really shit arena. Like there's campfires, there's debris. You can get stuck on stuff while you're trying to run away and dodge the fireballs. That's why I unlock and I try and look at, you know, I look at where I'm running. But, you know, I don't expect you to be able to do that. It's really only people who can claw and like control their camera while they're sprinting. It's really helpful. Otherwise, just stay locked on. Am I deflecting the stomps? I am deflecting them. You can block them though. In a normal no damage run, you're allowed to block them and you won't take damage, and it's fine. Okay, so at this point, I've killed all the bosses, all the memories. So all I have left is mini bosses. So at this point, there's still 8 mini bosses I've got to kill. So I'm basically trying to calm myself down at this point. I always try and get the hardest out of the way first. So you want to travel to Kuro's room. We just skip ahead because I'm just freaking out at this point. If you look at me, I'm freaking out. So for anyone that's new here, I'm doing a commentary slash tutorial over my run that I got a couple days ago. So don't freak out. This isn't a live run. Okay, so yeah, from Kuro's room, you just go back through like Ishin's room, and we're gonna fight the Ashina Elite. This one's pretty scary, but I figured out a cheese for it. Not sure. I'm sure other people have discovered this before me, but I discovered this myself while practicing him for like an hour on stream, like a week ago. So you run in, you want to like slide into this rack here, then you want to pop an Arco Sugar. This is going to cause him to lose aggro, and he's going to slowly walk back to his spawn. So make sure you have Firecrackers and Mortal Draw equipped at this point. You can get a free death blow on him. Stay locked onto him, sort of walk with him into the corner. If you like, okay, I'm gonna have to explain this. So the reason I sort of walk backwards slowly with him while I'm locked on is because in this game, I'm sure you've noticed, you can lose lock on very easily on bosses, and the reason that happens is because they get out of your sight, out of your. So if I walk behind this wall, I will lose lock on after like a second or two because he's not in my sight anymore. That's why I try to like peek him around the corner while I'm walking backwards into the corner. See, I lost lock on there. So I then get into this corner, and once you're tight into the corner, hard up against the wall, let go of your sticks, because if you're like pulling back on the stick, your character's sort of like slowly shuffling backwards, and you can get hit. You have to be standing completely still, so let go of your stick and just stand still. If you as so much as breathe or move your stick, he will hit you. So just stand there, he will try and swing at you. Firecracker him, Mortal Draw him, backstep away, get back into the corner, let go of the stick, stay still. Firecracker him again, Mortal Draw, and he's dead. Dash forward, death blow, dead. That's the cheese. It's pretty scary because he can actually still hit you. He can still hit you in that corner if you are trying to fiddle around with the sticks. You've got to get to the corner and then just let go of the stick, because he'll hit you if you're moving it. Okay, so now we're gonna do a Lone Shadow duo. It's a bit scarier. This is probably like one of the scarier mini bosses. Let's skip ahead because I was like freaking out for a second. Okay, so make sure you have Blood Smoke equipped. Make sure you have Mortal Draw equipped, and Firecrackers help as well. So I do like a pretty specific strat for this. So I pop an Arco Sugar, Now when you've got to sneak in behind this lone shadow to the left, make sure he doesn't see you. Death blow him, pop blood smoke. This will stun the other shadow and get a free mortal draw on him. Then you just want to deflect the rest of his combo. Watch out for this attack. So the poison is what you got to look out for, because he can poison you even if you deflect. He'll build up the poison very quickly if you're not careful. So I actually dodged the poison. I deflect this initial one. So once you see this, you know that he's going to follow up with the poison swipes. So I immediately run away and just dodge it, and then I get a couple hits from behind and he's dead. So that's phase 1. Phase 2, usually I will just firecracker him and try and get another mortal draw off. Usually I try and get behind him, but in this case I can't because he's in the corner. Just deflect the rest of his combo, he'll die pretty quickly. I wouldn't recommend fighting back. I would just stand there and try and deflect, because lone shadows are very dangerous. If you as so much try to attack them once or twice, they will break through your combo and just smack you in the face. So you should have like enough posture and attack power at that point for it to be pretty safe, as long as you don't let him build up that poison on you. Okay, so now we're going to do Ogre. So wait for the Ogre to kill these 2 red guards. Then jump down, be careful, you have to land on top of this thing in the middle in order to not take fall damage. I usually pop a Divine Confetti for this. I try to keep Ogre in the center of the room so I have enough space to like strafe around him. Because I actually got hit by Ogre the other day because he was in the corner up against a wall and I didn't have room to strafe, so exactly the same as the first Ogre, just in a tighter room, so be careful. Don't go for any more than 3 hits per dodge, unless you know the Ogre really well. The Divine Confetti is going to do a bit more damage. I can get 4 hits on the slam. They almost got cucked there. And that's Ogre. So now I'm going to warp out and move on to the next mini boss, which is 7 Spears. It's one of the spear generals. So you want to warp to Ashna Reservoir, which is the idol you grabbed earlier before you fought Ishin. So from here, make sure you have Blood Smoke equipped still. You don't need Mortal Draw for this. So you just want to pop a Garchin. Yeah. Then you want to crouch and sneak up on this sort of this mob that the boss has with him. You want to kill the mob. And then you want to blood smoke him so you can you know, blind the mini boss and get away safely. So you want to come over here. Come to where I am right now. You just want to sort of chill here for a bit. So the goal is to lose aggro from the mini boss. The mini boss is kind of going to be like wandering around looking for me at this point. He's still on alert, so I have to wait it out. Yeah, I'm just chilling here. I want him to lose aggro so that I can go up and get a free death blow on him again. So at this point, my Garchin's about to run out. I come back. I'm gonna chill here, and I'm gonna pop another Garchin. So I'm gonna switch to Bestowal Jutsu at this point because I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna pop another Garchin. I'm gonna grapple over to this branch. For some reason, usually every time, as soon as I grapple into this branch, he's going to be alert that I'm there again. I don't know why I've tested this many times. He's going to be alert. I'm going to get the yellow triangle pop up, which you can see right there. I'm looking at this yellow triangle. Yeah, the triangle's now gone. He's now going to walk back to his spawn. I'm waiting for that to happen. So you can see him. You can see him over there at his spawn, just chilling. So now that he's back to his original position, I'm gonna sneak up on this mob, hit him in the back, and death blow him. Get the bestowal ninjutsu. And while my Garshin's still up, I'm gonna sneak up and get a death blow on the mini boss. Now I'm literally just going to mash R1 as fast as I can. If you do this with bestowal up, he can't parry you and he can't break out of your combo. The only thing you can do to break out of your combo is this attack. This attack right here. He's gonna like swing the spear around his head and then he's gonna try and smack you. So this is the only thing you need to watch out for. So sometimes he won't even do this at all and you can just R1 mash him. But there's a good chance he's gonna do this. You need to watch out for this. As soon as you see this, stop what you're doing. Get ready to deflect it. So see I'm blocking here. I then deflect it. He's always going to follow this up with a thrust. So get ready to Mikiri counter, and that's enough to kill him. If that's not enough to kill him at that point, he will he might follow up the Mikiri counter as well. So when you Mikiri counter a spear, like one of the 7 spears, they kind of like they throw you off their spear. Like you stand on the spear and then they throw you off and then they can follow up with like another swing. But I'm just gonna play that again so you can watch in proper time. Right. But yeah, just watch out for that attack. Because he will like hyper armor through it. So yeah, just R1 mash. I can see that he's spinning around his head. I stop. Like right here, I see that he's spinning around. Deflect. Mikiri counter. He's always gonna follow up with that thrust. And he dies pretty quickly. It's pretty safe. Just watch out for the fire as well. Like if you R1 mash him and he doesn't break out of it, there's a chance you'll push him back into the fire. It's happened before. I've never been damaged by it, but just be careful. Yeah, this is going on YouTube. Okay, so at this point I walk back to Dilapidated Temple. I then click on the Buddha statue thing or whatever it is that takes you back to the Hirata estate memory. This is like the fastest way to get back to this mini boss. I use blood smoke on this big fat mob. And then I blood smoke. Second one. Just kill all these mobs, get them out of the way. They're gonna get in your way while you're trying to kill this Lone Shadow mini boss. So this is kind of a cheese, right? Get your shurikens out. Once you enter this room, he's gonna aggro you, and he's gonna try and whistle his dogs. To cancel that, you can just throw a shuriken at him while he's whistling, or before he whistles. Then he's gonna chase you down here. And once you get to this point, just crouch and wait. He's gonna lose aggro, and he's gonna start walking back to his original position. This allows you to get a free death blow on him. So, get the death blow. He's then either going to try to attack you or he's going to try walking back to his arena again. I just keep shurikening him to try and grab his aggro. Keep doing this until he tries to whistle for his dogs like he will right now. Once you throw a shuriken at him to stop him whistling, he's going to chase you. Let him chase you to this point, get behind him, and then just start pushing him down like this. So his AI is programmed to, once he gets to this point, to turn around and start walking back to his spawn. So if you push him past that point, he can't fight back. He's programmed to just try and walk back. So you can just keep pushing him down. You can try and strafe around him and hit him directly like I did. Kills him faster. Like a really good cheese. So from here you just want to idle back to the temple. How do people find these things? I don't know. A lot of testing. Okay, so we've only got like 3 mini bosses left at this point. So the next boss is going to be the Claw boss in Senpo Temple. Yeah, just take this same path that you would usually to go through Senpo. I just grapple up over here. These rats won't see you. This is the safest path I found. Jump down here into the rock and then onto the roof. Come around here. You want to pop a Garchine here. Make sure you have Mortal Draw equipped and your shurikens equipped. So I just jump straight down, grapple. I throw shurikens at this claw, this mini claw guy. Then I jump, death blow. You can just stomp these guys with aerial death blows. Shuriken this little baby one down the bottom. Make sure they're not facing you, because if they're facing you, they will block your shurikens, and you really need the spirit emblems. You're gonna need to mortal draw. Wait for this guy, this little guy to path. He'll turn around. Death blow him. And once you've killed all the little ones, make sure that this boss hasn't aggroed you. Pop an Arco Sugar. Make sure you have at least 6 spirit emblems for this. You need 6 to do a full powered mortal draw. Just immediately mortal draw him as soon as you can. You'll do enough damage to kill him immediately. So he's pretty easy. Warp out again. Now we've only got 2 bosses left, I believe. 2 mini bosses. Drunkard and Orin.
Hi, welcome to Chili's.
Cold Stormy, thanks so much for the follow, dude. Welcome to the Covenant. And Zerzaj as well. Okay, so at this point, yeah, I go and fight the Drunkard first. What, your Charmless Run was impressive? So yeah, this is why you want to grab this idol. You go to the Hidden Forest. This is the idol you want to go to kill the Drunkard. You want to make sure you have a guard chain for this as well. So pop a guard chain here. Oh, not here. Pop it right here. Make sure you... Okay, you don't need Mortal Draw for this. You just need the Style Ninjutsu. Make sure you've got shurikens. Pop a Garchine. Shuriken these 2 monkeys here. Grapple. Backstab this monkey here. For Bestow. Shuriken this last monkey. Now this is going to alert the boss, so you want to death blow, aerial death blow him immediately. You can get 3 hits off straight away, then just deflect the rest. He might start with a grab like this. You can just dodge around it. Deflect the rest of his combo. Somehow he like no clip through me there. Be careful, there is a campfire on the ground there, which I did. I had one of my runs ended by accidentally running into that campfire, so be careful. Kill him. He's pretty easy because you're so much more powerful than him at this point. Bruh, this guy. Guy is fucking self-promoting. Okay, so at this point there's only one mini boss left, and it's Orin, of course. Now, I wanted to farm Arco Sugar because I had none at this point. And I just wanted the peace of mind of having Arco. I honestly didn't need it. Like, Orin at this point is super easy. just like the last boss, you're so much more powerful than her at this point. You have so much posture, so much attack power that she shouldn't be a problem. But I was that far in the run, I wanted to be sure, so I farmed Arco, which took like half an hour. But see, at this point, you want to buy the rest of the prayer beads from this box. See, I try to buy them all. There's 2 more left. You need about 4,000 sen. I've already got like 1.5k. So it doesn't take long to get the rest of that gold. We have the idol set up for the gold farm that we got earlier, the one just before Demon of Hatred. So we're gonna go there now and farm some gold. I'll show you the gold farm route once, and then you can just, yeah, I'll just skip past it. No need to show it. You like that Esther shirt? Thank you, dude. I appreciate it. But yeah, this is the gold farm route. I did it. You saw it earlier in the run. But backstab this guy. Basically, you're just gonna backstab all these guys. They're not gonna aggro. Didn't everyone else give it up? So I popped a balloon of wealth here. This will increase my gold income. So again, you can just blood smoke these guys if they're too close together. Let's skip ahead. They come back a few times. Yeah, I just shuriken that guy. Usually you can sneak up behind this guy, but I was too slow and he turned around, so I had to run back. So yeah, you're just gonna gold farm here for a bit. It'll take like 2 to 5 minutes. It's not long. So again, you can just shuriken this guy. This time I was fast enough to backstab guy up top. There's another guy you can kill if you want. This guy is hiding behind the corner. You can backstab him. If you want, you can go around this corner. There's another gunman you can backstab. Personally, I didn't want to risk it at that point because there's all this gunfire going on. But I had enough gold at this point to just peace out, I think. Oh yeah, I went back and killed a couple more and then I had enough gold. So then I just walked back to the temple. And now I can just buy the rest of the prayer beads. So these prayer beads that I'm buying, they're the beads of the mini bosses from the beginning of the game around like Ashina Outskirts and stuff and Ashina Castle. You don't have to fight them because once you beat Divine Dragon, those mini bosses are going to disappear, and then you can just buy their prayer beads from this box here. So yeah, that's all the prayer beads. So there's only 1 prayer bead left now. I've got all memories. I've got 39 prayer beads. There's 1 more mini boss to go, and that's the run done. So at this point, I was talking to chat, and I was like, dude, I really want to farm Arco. And I almost got cucked. So I'll show you what happened. I was trying to figure out the safest way to do this. So in order to farm Arco, you need to kill monks at Senpo Temple. So I thought, okay, I'm just gonna come to Abandoned Dungeon. I'm gonna run through Abandoned Dungeon and get the idol at Senpo Temple, so I can just farm the monk there. I never grabbed that idol. So once I came through the Abandoned Dungeon, I didn't know this, but you actually get an apparition spawn in right here. It scared the shit out of me. Apparition, I shit my pants. And I ran away and I'm like, nope, we're not going that way. So he doesn't follow you, so I just boned out. I should have followed this through more. Usually I have enough Arco at this point, but I just got really unlucky. So we figured out the safest way to do this. So I boned out. I was thinking about it. We then came here to Senpo Temple. I tried going this way to farm this monk. Then I realized it's unsafe without Garching. I didn't have any Garching. I was like, oh no, that's too dangerous. Because there's a monk here. This monk right here would aggro me if I didn't use a Garching. So I then decided to teleport out. Then I realized I could come here to Inner Sanctum. I'm just gonna. I'm just showing you this if this happens to you. You can go to Inner Sanctum Idol. You'll definitely have this. This is where the divine child is. From here, you can actually go through here and open a door, and it leads back out to the main hall. This is where you can farm Arco safely if you want. So we figured out we kind of discussed it and stuff, but anyway, I'm just gonna skip through and I'll show you. So you need Garching though to farm the Arco here, because there's a couple of mobs that will aggro you. So if in order to farm Arco safely, if you didn't get the first idol, this is the only other safe way to do it. So I needed to come back here, farm Garching, so I could safely farm Arco. I got enough Garching, so I came back here, and this is the strat. So from this main hall idol, you just want to pop a Garching so that these guys don't see me. And then you can just keep backstabbing this monk here. And there's a chance he'll drop Arco. So I really wanted that Arco. I kept farming this guy. I ran out of shit, I skipped it. I ran out of Garching, so I had to go back, farm Garching, so then I could then farm Arco. And I kept going like back and forward. I mean, it didn't take long. I had to go back and farm Garching like twice. So anyway, that's the strat you can do if you want Arco. So I got the Arco there.
Hi, welcome to Chili's.
I got 3 Arcos from one drop. And then my Garching ran out and I got aggroed by the mob, so I shit my pants. I ran away and it was fine. He didn't chase me, so I just, to be safe, I just idled out. Thank you so much for the follow, Coach Helene. Welcome to the Covenant. Anyway, I got my Arco, so I was happy. 3 Arcos from one drop. That was more than enough. So now I was ready to fight the final mini boss. So I walked back to Watermill. So this is the idol I grabbed earlier. So this was it. Final mini boss. Overin at this point shouldn't be that bad. You shouldn't really have an issue with her. All you have to do is stand there and deflect and hope that you hope you get perfect deflects. If you get bad RNG and you miss like a lot of deflects as well, she might break your posture. It's never happened to me. It was just pretty like nerve-wracking at this point because it was the last mini boss. But um make sure you have Mortal Draw equipped. Pop a Divine Confetti and an Arco Sugar just to be sure. I always start with a Mortal Draw. Make sure you Mortal Draw from the front. If you do it from the back, she will avoid the second stroke. Like she will go intangible. Watch out for her sweep attacks. You can punish them with head stomps. There's a lot of posture damage. That's really all you have to look out for is her sweep attacks. Really easy to read. You can tell when she's going to do it. You have a lot of time to react. Basically, just spam deflect, honestly. I don't even know her moveset, and I just spam deflect. Going on bin. I mean, that's somewhat like newer moveset, but like, you don't have to know it perfectly, you know what I mean? You're not going to perfect deflect every single attack. Sometimes you might miss a head stomp as well. That's fine. I wouldn't recommend trying to attack her, because she's that fast, she might like swing at you. But that was the strat. in Backstabber, they patched the backstab as of the latest patch. And yeah, that was it. That's all beats and memories. Yep. Chat went off. It was, yeah, it was pretty crazy. I've never seen that in my life. But anyway, I've never seen the chat light up like that. Okay, guess that'll do then. Well, this was my no damage, all beads and memories tutorial slash commentary. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna highlight this on my Twitch so other people can use it. I'm gonna put it on YouTube. Yeah, that's it. I guess I'm gonna end the stream here as well. It's getting pretty late. I'm gonna host someone up. Let me see who's online. Um, hmm. We are going to host Mr. Faraz Khan. I'm gonna rate him actually. You need to go to bed. You have work tomorrow. Oh, that sucks. All right. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I really appreciate it. I hope you can stick around to show some love to Faraz. Um, yeah, thanks so much. I hope you enjoyed um, the tutorial slash commentary, and thanks for being here for my 1 year streamversary. Really means a lot. I've been getting insane support from you guys, and I can't thank you enough. I'm gonna be back soon. Probably gonna be practicing and running no hit all bosses purification. Pretty insane, but that's what I'm looking at doing. But we did good today, so I'm happy. See you later, Bean. See you, Brit. All right, let's head over to Faraz, and I will see you guys soon. Thanks so much, guys. I appreciate it, and thanks for all the subs as well, the follows, the bits. I really appreciate it, especially you, Brit. You gave me so many. It's disgusting. All right, see you later, guys. Peace.